All right, iPhone 10. It's your turn, baby. It's your turn. Let's talk about you. I'm talking to it like it's listening and as if it has feelings. It does not. But we're getting closer and closer. Hello guys, how are you? David Franco here from DeFrancoUniversity.com. Check it out right below if you're interested in growing your YouTube career, making better videos, gaining some knowledge in graphic design, marketing, advertising. I offer a ton of content for completely free on that website. It's always linked right below. Check it out. I appreciate it. Okay, so in my previous video, I talked about the iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus, not iPhone 7s and iPhone 7s Plus. I was wrong in my predictions video. God forbid. Man, people called me out like I was supposed to get it right. Rumors are rumors. They're not fact until confirmed by the first party. In this case, that's Apple. So you can't blame me for saying iPhone 7s and iPhone 8 were going to be a thing. I'm sorry I don't work for Apple. Man, people really need to chill out. So anyway, today's video is about the iPhone 10, not the iPhone X. Now, I don't hate the name, but I do hate the fact that I guarantee you half of the world will be calling it iPhone X and the other half of the world will be calling it iPhone 10. I can guarantee you that's going to be happening from day one. I will never forget years ago when I was in EB Games at the Deptford Mall in Jersey, just in case you guys are curious. Okay, so some guy went into the store and he asked an employee if they had Final Fantasy X in stock. And I felt like saying, sir, come here. No, come here, come here. Psh! Final Fantasy X doesn't exist because Final Fantasy X came after Final Fantasy IX. Makes sense, doesn't it? Now, with that said, where the hell is the iPhone 9? Is the iPhone 9 been announced at some point? Or after the iPhone 10, are they just going to start calling it iPhone like they do with the iPad? I mean, look at this. This is called the iPad Pro, but if you look on the back, it just says iPad. So that's interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. But of course, they had to differentiate, like I can never say that word, the branding between iPhone 8 and iPhone 10. So I guess it makes sense. Hey, I don't hate the name. I like it. I like it. I do. I mean, I wouldn't have minded like iPhone Pro or iPhone Edition, but there's not much I can do about that. Okay, so here we go. iPhone 10. Let's talk about it. As rumored, and let's face it, all the rumors are pretty much true at this point, the iPhone 10 does indeed sport an edge-to-edge display with a 5.8-inch diagonal size with a resolution of, and yes, I'm looking at my notes here, 2436 by 1125 with a pixel density of 458 pixels per inch. So yeah, I mean, that's definitely the most high-res iPhone display yet, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it for one reason. Well, besides it being edge-to-edge, but OLED. Finally, we're getting an OLED iPhone. How long did that take, guys? How long did that take? Too long, because let me tell you, I am a pixel freak. Once you use something like the iPhone or a TV that supports OLED, you never want to go back to something that doesn't support OLED. Now, granted, my Samsung TV is not OLED. It uses quantum dot technology, which produces like super vibrant colors. And in results, you get super rich blacks. So yeah, I mean, if I told you my TV wasn't OLED, you'd probably be surprised because the blacks look that good. So anyway, I'm just so happy that the iPhone 10 will officially have an OLED display. That in itself is just incredible. It's just amazing. So thank you, Apple. Thank you so much for finally doing that. And of course, it's going to support True Tone, which I love on the iPad Pro. And it does indeed have HDR support. Okay, so there's no home button. So what do you do about that? Well, we have Face ID, as rumored. Face ID, you literally just look at the phone and it unlocks. Now, is this faster than Touch ID? I don't know. That is my main concern. I'm not gonna lie. Because Touch ID is fast as hell. You literally just put your thumb on the screen and you barely see the lock screen. Your device unlocks so fast. And judging from the examples, you know, the demos we saw on stage today, it doesn't look faster than Touch ID. And unfortunately, they had problems with Face ID right out of the gate, so they switched to the backup iPhone 10, and it worked flawlessly. So who knows, I mean, Face ID is a lot of software, so perhaps it will get better over time. But as of right now, I'm not gonna judge it in a negative way. I mean, I've always been a positive thinking person. I'm not gonna judge something until I use it myself. So with that said, yes, I will be getting the iPhone 10 and not the iPhone 8 or iPhone 8 Plus because I'm so curious about the edge-to-edge display and Face ID. It's just all around a brand new phone, and I just cannot wait to use it. And also, by the way, Face ID in theory is more secure than Touch ID. They kind of threw this stat out there on stage. They said Face ID has a 1 in 1 millionth chance of it being misused. So just something to keep in mind. I mean, it's not like you can hold up a picture of yourself and it'll work. It's not that way because it uses depth, it uses incredibly detailed sensors. So I'm excited to use it. Animoji. Animoji is exclusive to the iPhone 10. I laugh because a lot of people might think this is stupid, but me personally, I'm excited as hell to use it. I mean, guys, come on, we all use emoji. If you don't use emoji, you're crazy. Emoji just makes your conversations better. I mean, who doesn't like having fun? And if you don't like having fun, get out of here because this video is not for you. Emoji is going to be a lot of fun to use because it uses the Face ID technology to make emoji come alive. I mean, I can literally be a talking pile of shit. That is just, guys, that's a game changer right there, and I'm being completely serious right now. Animoji just looks incredible. I'm just gonna say that. It looks incredible. All right, where am I going here? Okay, so because there's no home button, we have a bottom bar. I'm not sure if they have an official marketing term. I'll look it up later when I'm done these videos. But instead of the home button, obviously, you're gonna be looking at your phone or you just tap the screen for it to wake up, much like Android phones, so I'm definitely excited about that. And they also have, watch this, raise to wake, which works almost every time. Watch. There you go. It's because I just turned it off. Yeah. So cool. I'm not going to go too into detail right now because this is something you need to see hands-on, but apparently you swipe up from the bottom when you're using an app and it'll automatically go back to your home screen. You swipe up from the lock screen to go home if you're not using Face ID, and you can swipe from the bottom to swipe between apps, which looks really, really nice actually. But again, I can't show you much. I just can't. So you're just gonna have to wait. But yeah, just like the iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus, we also have wireless charging support. That's obviously good. FaceTime camera will have support for portrait mode. This is a big deal because I will say portrait mode on the iPhone 7 Plus is incredible, but the fact that I can now get it on the front, that's really cool. Really, really cool, and I cannot wait to use that myself. So with all these new features, you would expect a somewhat hit on battery life. Nope. Apple has typically been really, really good with battery, especially recent years. So the iPhone 10, according to the keynotes, will last 2 hours longer than the iPhone 7 did. And come on, more battery life, that's always a good thing. And finally, the iPhone 10 comes in 2 storage options, not 512 for some reason, 64 gigs and 256 gigs, and the price starts at $999. Now hold up. People might think, well, David, that's an overpriced iPhone. Not really. I mean, if you compare it to the competition, it's not that bad. So yeah, I mean, I will be buying it on day one. I just cannot wait. But the thing is, you can't pre-order until October 23rd, and it's available on November 3rd. And I think that's around when the Xbox One X comes out. Is that a coincidence? Yes, it is. But the point is, I'm just excited to get my hands on all this new tech. Now, I'm going to talk about this real quick in this video, then I'll go to my next video. AirPower is a new wireless charging technology coming out from Apple that allows you to charge multiple Apple devices at once. So the AirPower base, or whatever they're going to call it, will be able to charge the iPhone 8, iPhone 10, the Apple Watch Series 3, and the AirPods, all in one single base. Yes, even the AirPods. So yeah, I mean, I could just drop this on the base and it'll start charging. So yeah, I mean, it's safe to say, Apple, you have me convinced with the whole AirPower thing. I'm excited. Okay, that's it for this video. I will see you in my next video, which is all about the Apple Watch Series 3.